Welcome back, students. What I did was I removed the deep fascia from the anterior surface of the leg, that is from the anterior compartment of the leg. From here you can see now this is the extensor retinaculum, the superior, and deep down here this is the inferior extensor retinaculum, which I will further clean when I will go down. So let us identify the muscles which I have exposed after removal of the deep fascia. This is the tibialis anterior muscle. See, this is strong muscle. This is, and it is forming its tendon here at the junction of almost the lower 1/3 and upper 2/3, and tendon is then going deep to that of the extensor retinaculum, which I will cut. And then here is another muscle here in between, coming from deeper aspect, and this is the extensor hallucis longus. Okay, this muscle is the extensor hallucis longus. Just I will show you here. This is extensor hallucis longus, and one which is present onto the lateralmost side is the extensor digitorum muscle, which will divide into the 4 tendons, as I will just go towards the distal end of this. Another structure which lies here deep down is the presence of the nerves and vessel here, and the nerve is the deep peroneal nerve. The superficial we have seen as the cutaneous nerve. Now if you can see here, this is in my forceps, is the deep peroneal nerve is here, and just by the side of it is the artery, which is the anterior tibial artery. Okay, I will clean it and will show you, but it is at the depth here, and I am not able to just pull it, otherwise it will break. Okay, it is there. If you can see here, this is the anterior tibial artery, and the deep peroneal nerves are there. Now what I am going to do, that I am going to cut this extensor retinaculum and trace this tendon towards the dorsum of the foot. Thank you very much. Welcome back, students. Now I have just removed the deep fascia from the anterior compartment and exposed the 4 muscles of the anterior compartment. Just for identification, this is the tibialis anterior muscle. See the strong tendon of this strong muscle going towards the medial border of the foot, and then you can see here there is another muscle here. Let me show you first this, which is more laterally placed here, and this is the extensor digitorum longus. And then in between the two sandwich is the muscle which is called as the extensor hallucis longus. So this is the extensor hallucis longus, this is the tibialis anterior, and this is the extensor digitorum. The lowermost part of this extensor digitorum, which takes origin from the fibula here, it forms another tendon or another muscle, though it is the part of the extensor digitorum, and this is known as peroneus tertius. In this case there was some abnormality. Extensor digitorum was having the 4 tendons going to that of the lateral 4 toes, and this was quite weak. Okay, this tendon, but the peroneus tertius was very strong and taking origin from the upper part of the fibula also, and this is the peroneus tertius muscle. Let us see the origin from the tibia of the tibialis anterior, and then it is gaining insertion onto that of the base of the first metatarsal and to the medial cuneiform bone here, and this is quite a strong muscle. The second muscle is the extensor hallucis longus, which is attached to the terminal phalanx of the great toe, and then this extensor digitorum ultimately splits into the 4 slips of the tendon for that of the lateral 4 toes, that is for 2nd, for 3rd, for 4th, and for 5th. They form the extensor expansion, means that it divides into 3 slips. The middle slips attach onto the middle phalanx, and that of the 2 lateral slips unite to form to get attachment onto the terminal phalanx. Okay, then this peroneus tertius, okay, which in this case is very strong muscle, is gaining insertion onto the dorsum of the 5th metatarsal bone. Okay, now remaining is that if we reflect the tibialis anterior and extensor hallucis longus, we can see the interosseous membrane deep down, in which we can see the presence of the artery and the nerve. Yes, this is a nerve which is the deep peroneal nerve, okay, in my far side. And this comes to this anterior compartment after piercing that of the peroneus longus muscle in the lateral compartment. So it becomes the nerve of the anterior compartment, and just medial to this, okay, it lies the artery and a small vein, and this artery is the anterior tibial artery, which comes through an opening into the upper border of the interosseous membrane. Both this nerve and the artery, they run together slightly. The nerve overlaps here in the middle part of the artery, and then it goes again to the lateral side. You can see here, this I have followed the artery and nerve till the foot here. This, in cleaning, this nerve was cut. I will just get the terminal part of this nerve of the, no, just a minute, where it has gone here. Okay, anyway, this was the nerve, that is the tibial nerve, I mean to say the anterior tibial nerve, and anterior tibial artery and the deep peroneal nerve. And then here you can see, just following this, yes, it is here, that cut end of the this deep peroneal nerve is here. And while cleaning, when the tendon was crossing, tendon of this extensor hallucis longus was overlapping and crossing, this was cut here. Anyway, you can see the continuity of the deep peroneal nerve here running along with this artery, and this is the anterior tibial artery here. Both of them, they are running together, and then they will run onto the dorsum of the foot. And here you can see this, the artery, that is the anterior tibial artery just now going, which is now called as the this dorsalis pedis artery. I will find out the arcuate artery when I will dissect the deeper structures of the dorsum of the foot. But here you can see that is the deep peroneal nerve, and which I have traced here, already dissected in the first wave space, which will form the cutaneous innervation. And this artery is the dorsalis pedis artery, which will go on to the plantar aspect of the foot after piercing the first space, okay, intermetatarsal space. So this completes the muscles and nerves and vessels of the anterior compartment. Just in the next small short video, I will just do the dissection of the dorsum of the foot. Thank you very much for watching this video.